Hey guys, it's Adrian, and I'm here to talk about another little cozy game, specifically Desktop Cat Cafe, which is a cozy little idle game. So, in it, you run a cat cafe, except for instead of like you're probably thinking of like a cat cafe where like you have like a cafe with food and you have little cats that people can play with. No, instead your customers are cats. Now, I am a cat girl and cats are my favorite animal, and I have cats and I love cats and everything about cats make me happy. So if you have a game and it has cats in it, it's automatically just a bonus for me. Okay? I love cats. So when the developer was like, hey, yo, who wants a key? I was like, me please, I want one. I also have gotten a little bit more into the idle bottom of your screen games, kind of like probably the most, I guess, renowned one that came out last year was like Rusty's Retirement, and it's kind of like spun off its own little genre. I also have My Little Life, and I got Tiny Pasture. So I was like, yes. So I like this little genre because, I can just like pop it up while I'm doing other stuff. So like while I'm doing, I don't know, playing other games, it can run, making videos, writing stuff, doom scrolling on Twitter, I can have it running. Okay, so now let's look at this little cute cafe. So you have a cat cafe. In the game, it is a little bit more expensive for a bottom of the screen. It is $10 base, and then there's like a $4 supporter pack, something like that. The supporter pack gives you this little golden cat statue, and you get more money. Since I got the game for free, I got a review key. I went ahead and I bought the supporter pack. Okay, so I was like, yeah, I want to show some love. So you have, I know it's kind of hard to see because I'm kind of like in the way. I'm big. So there is an ability to have this work in stream on stream purposes, like right now on the video, it was just easier. If you do capture a game, it's going to capture a black screen and then the game at the bottom. So there is a way to add it to OBS to have it on stream as you're streaming other games using Spout 2 plugin. I kind of had some problems with it because my VTube model uses Spout 2 and it seemed to kind of struggle a little bit when I was having another Spout 2 run at the same time. Like one stream I got to work, another stream I didn't. So either way, I do think it's pretty cute. I think they maybe plan to do Twitch integration. I do hope that they do that because I do think it would be cute to have some kind of Twitch integration for it, But even if it doesn't, I still think it's super cute. And I think it's a pretty solid game to have running while you do other things, if you like idle games. So let's just start this out. If you have played idle games before and you don't like them, you're probably not going to like this one. Let's just be honest. You either like idle games or you don't. I like idle games, so it works out. So if you haven't tried an idle game, this is a good one to try. So what I like about it is when it's cats, and I love cats, as I spoke of earlier, but then it's also like everything's kind of 3D. There's a lot of customization. Also, like if you see, like let me kind of just scroll. So if you hit the middle button down, you can kind of pull around and see where you've put up all your little stuff. So there's quite a bit of land that you can buy. So gameplay wise, if you want to build the cafe, that actually is like you are actually physically placing tables, chairs, and like food machines throughout. So that actually that's not really that idle once you place it. Once you place it and you get it going, it's pretty idle. So, but there's a lot of land. I did not use all of it. There's so much land. And I just threw so many tables because at one point, so this game does have Steam achievements. I did 100% it. One of the Steam achievements is play like 100 hours and have it run. I went well past that. The other one is make like $5 million. That took a while. That's why I just have like a crap ton of tables all over the place. But, when I wasn't just like throwing tables everywhere, there's a good customization options. Like, let's get this over here. Like, look at this little water area I made. So probably the best thing about this game is the water tool when you're customizing an area. Like you have a lot of free. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And then you have a lot of objects you can place to have areas. So for a while, I was kind of doing like, oh, a little cafe area. And then other places to put, like here's another river. Here's like a couch campfire area. Come on, let's go. Here's a little beach area I made, and then more cafe, and I made a very not a very good garden, but I tried to make like a little garden. So, and you have all the little cats running around. Okay, so let's zoom in. Okay, so you have customers, the cats. You have tables, chairs, you have items that they want to get, and you have like little food machines. So this is like a pastry maker. See, it's making a pastry. And then that one right there, that cat right there with the hat, that is your server. So you can buy servers to make it an idle game. If you want to make it just like a clicker game, then you can, click their orders. So like, here's this. I can click and take their orders. So if you want it to be like more like kind of a clicking game, a little bit more interactive, you can play it that way. I prefer it to be idle because that was my intention of getting it. So, and let's talk about, what do you have? So you have a lot of food options. You have coffee. Let's move this over here. You have coffee recipes to unlock. You have tea. You have boba and smoothies and stuff and ice drinks. You have milk. You have some pastries. There's a ridiculous amount of pastries. There's like 200. And then this is like bread. The difference between bread and pastries, I don't really know. I'm not a cooking person, so But yeah, and then a lot of these are like, you had to get so many of the pink heart to unlock the red heart. So it did take quite a bit of time to actually get everything unlocked. Shoot, what was my actual playtime on this? Let me see. About 150 hours it took me to complete everything. I probably would have got to the 5 million faster if I had accidentally maximized my cafe and used all the space. Because like, it just keeps going and going. But I instead chose to just have my space and then chillax and let it run. Oh, also they had little cat houses that I thought were super adorable, which I have cats and I have little houses that kind of look like this. So I was like, oh my gosh, so cute. See, like, so much land. And yeah, so if you actually utilize and built your cafe and decorated throughout all the land, you probably will get to the 5 million significantly faster than 150 hours. But I was like, whatever, I wanted to just idle it at that point. Okay, so you have recipes. How do you actually get them going? Okay. So the game will pause when you're building, and this little home is build mode. And you have all kind of tables you can put out. You can put really... there's quite a bit of options for like a little idle game, right? At the end of the day. So, and then you have chairs. Pink is my favorite color, so I went with pink pretty much for everything. I probably could have got a little bit more creative, but I chose not to. And then this is like the food stations. So you can put them on the ground, and they have an area that they work in. So you see that square? This food will only work for tables in that area. So usually what I did is, just to be fancier and not have the food thing on the ground, I would put a little station. And then I would do a food station. And I did a lot of pastries because there's an ungodly amount of pastries. So that's what I usually did. And then you right click and you can buy a staff for $50. So at the beginning, you're going to be doing a lot of clicking and taking orders yourself to get money. But $50 is quite low. I will say, don't skip the tutorial. I had played the demo version of this and it had been a minute, and then I went ahead and skipped the tutorial and I totally forgot how to buy staff. So I was like, I'm like, this doesn't seem very idle. How do I make it idle? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's got to be a way to buy staff. And I went on the Steam discussion forums, and thankfully someone was like, hey, this is how you buy staff. And I was like, bless your heart, man. Okay, so you buy your staff, and then you got to place your little tables. So your tables have a range of where they work too. And you got to place chairs. Because, your kitties have to have places to sit. And then you can also put like multiple food stations in an area. So that if you want to have like not just pastries, but also like, let's see, what should we serve with our pastries? We'll go with coffee. Coffee's classic. Yeah, fancy coffee. And by a staff person. But then also you can decorate. So you have all these trees and plants that you can put out. I liked this tree. It's just like big and poofy. But then you have this water tool that's really nice. So basically just free draw. So let's just make an ocean. Okay, I'm doing this in like the worst way possible. But there's our giant pit of water. So you have decorations, and you also have like houses and stuff you can put down. So like little benches. And what I think is cute is cats will come and sit on the benches and relax, and they'll come sit on the couches and stuff. So I really liked this aspect of it, even though I didn't do it a ton. And then you could have put cool stuff like a fireplace. You can put lights out. So you can kind of make it feel like more than just a cafe and kind of like a little town. And like, here's all the stuff for beaches. There's a lot of items. You can also like put tables out and put like donuts on them. Or this is like a donut tube. So you're like, hey, come play in the water, guys. Here you go. Here's some other tubes. Please don't drown in the water. Por favor. Thank you. And then like here's a vending machine. And then like a lot of food items. So there's just like a lot of items you can put out to customize your little area. And then also you have pets. So you just throw pets. I like the squirrels. Notably, I would like to mention you have foxes as pets. And you have a dog. Cats are not pets because cats are the people in this game. So just, you know, FYI. Oops. And once you put the pets, they actually will like roam around. So I like them. I think they're cute. Let's see. I think that's it for like the build-in portion. We talked about food. And then you have like good options, like so you can kind of move like this. If you have multiple screens, you can choose the screen it appears on. You can make it less opaque, more opaque. I prefer more opaque. You have sound. So decent settings. So overall, it's a pretty good little cozy idle bottom of your screen game. It is $10. It is a little bit expensive, but in comparison to some of the others, like I think Rusty's Retirement is $6. Like on average, these games are usually running $10 if you buy the game and the supporter pack. But they're also typically not 3D. They're usually more like 2D pixel graphics. So this one is a little bit different. So I don't think the price is bad, especially considering I like had it running for 150 hours to get all the achievements, and I like to build in. So at the end of the day, it kind of just depends on how much value you put on an idle game. But from my perspective, I would recommend it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the build mode. There's just enough to do to keep me entertained, but not so much to do to be like overwhelming, because sometimes games can get a little bit overwhelming with the customization. So as a whole, I liked it. If you like the little idle games, I think you'll like it too. Also, if you have other like bottom of the screen games like Rusty's Retirement or My Little Life, Tiny Pasture, Ropelucas, I don't know how to say that, Island. There is like a bottom of your screen bundle where you can get like buy these games together and get like a discount. And then also obviously if you already have a game in the bundle, you can still partake. So do very much recommend. I mean, also more than likely it will go on sale at some point. If you want to wait for a sale, it is on Steam. Steam games go on sale all the time. Okay, let's be honest. So it's up to you if you want to wait, but I do think this is a good one to get, especially if you like the little bottom of your screen games, which I have been quite enjoying. My Little Life was my first one. I really liked it. This is my second one. And I got Tiny Pasture, so I'll be playing that one next. So anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching, and bye-bye.